Hi and welcome guys to this next episode, and we're actually going to be a little bit all over the place today. We're going to be in the paint booth. We're going to do some woodwork with the subwoofer box. We're going to do some details in there. We're going to move forward with the air suspension install, and I told you that I had a little idea because we're not going to use this air tank anymore, but we're actually going to use this one. So I actually ordered this, and this is actually for a truck, but hey, it fits our specification that we're gonna have. The car is actually totally empty in the back, as you can see here, and I'm gonna fix that with the original cable harness there. That's all for the audio system, so that's gonna be tucked away. And as you saw, I have already taken out the seats. So the seat is out, and I've been cheeky and I began with actually demolishing this, I would say, armrest. There were actually two cup holders here in the back and then like a armrest. And what I'm thinking now is actually taking a piece of sheet metal. We're gonna form it to the tank. This is gonna be the underside of the tank. Here is actually where we have the evacuation plug. So the tank is actually gonna sit in between here. So on the sheet metal that we're actually gonna apply to this tank, it's gonna be like a holding shelf. We're actually gonna weld the sheet metal to this bars, and then do some plastic welding and do this really smooth and nice. I'm doing this YouTube for me, but I'm also doing it for you. And it would be really interesting to actually know if it's some stuff you're actually interested in and want to see on this channel. That's going to help me out a lot to actually know what content you want to see. But another thing that you actually could put into the comment section below is actually comment from which country you are, so I actually know who I'm talking to. We hit 300 subscribers, and that's only because of you guys. You are supporting the channel, and if you're not supporting the channel, please hit that subscribe button. But please, can you just write down below where you're coming from? So I'm Christian, I'm from Sweden, I live in Gothenburg, and guys, where are you coming from? So guys, in the time lapse you actually saw me building, I would say, the shell for the tank, and I actually welded in the tank to the frame of the seats. So this is actually how it looks right now. I know it doesn't look much, but wait and see, this is gonna be epic. So now I'm thinking of mounting this, mask everything off quite good. So what I'm gonna do now is actually mount this. I actually sanded it down so it's pretty flush everywhere. And what we're gonna do now is doing a template over this. And then we're gonna use fiberglass and resin to actually do the casing or the housing for this. So the housing is going to be clickable. It's just going to be, you're just going to add it on over here. Then you actually can take this separately out. I'm going to show you when the tank actually is mounted. Here we have the tank, positioning of the blow-off valve. And I would say that's perfect. So this is actually how it's gonna look, but I'm gonna test it in the car so I can see if I missed something. I tried to actually measure the heights. I actually want the tank to look straight in the car, and the seats often has an angle into the car, but I actually didn't want to do the same angle. I don't think that's gonna look good. I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm not so happy with the angle of the tank. I thought it would be much more straight. I actually have another surprise for you in the back seat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually have this in this episode, but that's a surprise for you. It's coming soon. But guys, I'm actually going to do the resin and fiberglass, and I said that like 100 times before. Just gonna put you on a time lapse and enjoy, and on to the next stage. As I said in the beginning of this day, I actually told you that we're going to be all over the place. I'm not in the paint booth, but I've seen some guys actually do a nice cover. We have rerouted all the cables and made a sort of a cable delete in the engine bay. We're going to do a custom cover that's going to flow here and actually just hide away some bits of the boring stuff that you actually see under the GTR engine cover. So we're gonna start with that, and yeah, enjoy. As I said before, it's been a little bit all over the place today, and I was only able to be here for one day this weekend, but I think we've made some progress. So the fiberglass had to cure, and this is actually how it looks right now. So the fiberglass has cured, and we're gonna of course grind this down, smoothen it out with some Bondo, and now we're gonna do fixation points for the tank. It's just going to be 4 bolts that we actually weld onto the tank, and you can actually bolt it on from underneath. But what we actually did in between waiting on the fiberglass to actually cure, we actually made the bracket or the cover up plate in the engine bay, and it actually came out really good. So you saw in the time lapse how we did it. This is not the finished product, because we're gonna get all these cables away, but this actually looks pretty nice. GTR manifold and some cover-ups and cable deletes. This is actually gonna be everything for today. As I said, I'm only been able to be up here for one day this weekend. The clock is 4:30 already. and it's Father's Day tomorrow, or today actually. It's Father's Day today, so I'm gonna meet up with my dad in a couple of hours and celebrate him. I actually wish that I could show you more today. You have to wait for next week, and as I said before, please comment in the comment section below. Where are you from? Which country and which city do you live in? I want to know where all my followers actually live, because that gives me a perspective of who's watching, and if you want to write something else in the comment section, of course you can. Don't go away, because as usual, I'm gonna just put a little B-roll for you in the end. And as always, have a good night, good evening, or good morning, wherever you are. Bye bye. Hej då!